Hey everybody, good morning to you. This is going to be a different kind of reading than I've normally done. I really want to talk about soul lessons right now. What are the soul lessons? I feel like there is a lot of circling back around again to the same old lessons, right? The same old lessons we learn over and over and over again. And if you're drawn to that, then yeah, it's resonating with you. And the reason that happens is that it's not that we haven't learned the lesson, like we cognitively understand it, that's our mind, but have we incorporated it in our heart and in our beliefs and in our ways of being? And I also want to say at the same time, like, how other people treat you is about them. It's not about you. And that can be one of the hardest soul lessons to learn, especially for empaths, is that, you treat people with empathy, with kindness, with loving care, and you don't always get that back. And in fact, a lot of times you don't, because that openness can invite people to abuse it. So, we've talked for a little bit on this channel about protecting yourself while still maintaining an open heart. And that can be a very challenging lesson. And it's sort of like, I heard someone say this a few months ago, and I want to always remember this. You don't need a perfect record. You just need a winning record. Okay? So, for example, a lot of you know I love baseball, right? And there's 162 games in a season. And even the best of teams are going to lose 60 to 70, probably 80 games in that season. There is no such thing as a team winning every 162. It's just never happened on the planet. Since baseball began over 100 years ago, it's never happened. And you don't need to have a perfect record, but have a winning record, okay? So sometimes, we're trying to keep our hearts open, and we're also trying to keep protection, and we may open our hearts too soon, or open our hearts to someone who is afraid of that or something like that, and they push back, they do things that, hurt you or whatever. And what I'm here to say to you is really being in your own energy, staying in your own energy while loving people is a real challenge. And empaths, that's one of the reasons you're here on this planet, is because there are many more people, I believe anyway, many more people who are not able to do that. And you are a light. So I offer this to you when there are people who push back, who, don't open their heart to love, who may hurt you or jab you to sort of push you back, right? They want to push you back because that energy is so foreign to them or scary to them or whatever it is. Just know it's about them. It's not about you. And that is a very basic, rudimentary lesson. And sometimes it's hard to remember that, when we love somebody and they hurt our feelings or they don't respond in the way we had hoped. It really is about detaching, releasing, letting go, remembering that this is not your vibration. You can't control other people. You can't control other people and how they respond to you. But you can remember that being in high vibration is really why you're here, and being in a high vibration is really about your service to the universe. It's also not there to, open yourself up to a lot of pain and a lot of hurt. Those things are lessons. I feel like empaths, we believe and feel and see things so much more deeply, and it can be very difficult to walk that line. So the trick here is to remember that people behave, they do what they do because of them, not because of you. And this doesn't mean you're unlovable. This doesn't mean you're, not worthy of someone's love. It means nothing of the kind. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. it's that you are shining brightly, and that does frighten some people. Okay, so just saying. I feel like that message was an important one to share today. I also feel like I want to do a reading here. It's mostly for empaths, but you know what? There's a lot of different, strata of us now. The energy workers, light workers, crystal children. There's all this kind of spiritually awakened people. And I'm going to do a reading called Soul Lesson. And if this resonates for you, if the message so far has resonated for you, it's likely this reading will resonate for you. So my intention here is to bring a message to anyone who is drawn to this video. And please share with me information that will be for their highest good and benefit right now when they see this lesson, when they see this video. It doesn't mean that April 28th of 2019 is the day that this is in force and every day thereafter, forever and ever, amen. It won't be. Nope. If you're drawn to this lesson today, we're going to do more soul lesson readings. If you're drawn to this lesson today, whatever day it is, the reading is meant for you. All right, so I'm going to do this 5-card reading here. Current soul lesson. Emperor, control. I'm going to put all the cards out and then we'll talk them through. The awareness of this lesson. Fool. I know. Subconscious understanding of this lesson. King of Wands. I know. How about that? Helper card. What is going to help me through this? What is going to help me learn this lesson? What is going to help me right now with this lesson? 8 of Cups. And what will resolve this lesson? 6 of Swords. The 2 cards here at the end, helpers and resolving the lesson, are both the cards of walking away. Okay? And the interesting part here is the soul lesson that's being presented to you right now is Aries, is the Emperor. This is about control. Someone is trying to keep control of themselves or their feelings. There's somebody who needs that. They can't be out of control in relationship. And because they can't be out of control, that means they aren't vulnerable in relationship. That means they don't share their feelings easily. They may not even know their feelings. Okay? So for you, if this is you, if you're feeling like, I can't share my feelings, I can't open up, I have a hard time with this, I have to stay in control in relationships, I have to be the dominant one, the awareness of this lesson is Fool. And this is exactly the opposite energy. This is sort of like, so if this is you, for example, learning this soul lesson, then when you come up against an emperor, your response is to be the fool. Your response is to jump in because this is familiar. We don't fall in love with what we need or want consciously. We fall in love with what's familiar subconsciously. So you're seeing this, thank you. You're seeing this father figure or somebody who is dominant and who is controlling. And that reminds you of that kind of love. Someone who can't open up. Someone who is having a hard time sharing their feelings. And your response is, oh my God, I totally recognize that. And you jump in. You're willing to jump in because it's familiar. Not because it's good or healthy or joyful or anything. It's familiar. And you're wanting that. Okay? This is, in many ways, the unavailable man or unavailable woman. Somebody who is not able to share feelings because of their need to be in control. In many ways, love is a lack of control. Love is open and wild and abandoning, all, abandon all hope, those who enter here, right? There is this kind of like jumping into the abyss feeling of like, yes, I recognize that type of love. Yes, I recognize that type of resistance to love, and it feels like love to me. So the soul lesson is about the dominant father or the dominant male energy that is resistant to love. And if you resonate with this, you are seeing that as love. It's actually a resistance to love. It's actually someone who is, closed off to love. That's what you know as love. So you're like, ow, I totally get that. Right? And that's the lesson here. That's the lesson here. Subconscious understanding of that King of Wands, you're in very high subconscious understanding. Subconscious understanding. Again, this is opposite energy. So if you're the Fool and you have a subconscious or conscious, I guess, awareness of this, something is driving you to keep going toward this kind of love. It's wanting to win that person over, wanting to finally succeed, so you take action. King of Wands is also Aries energy. You're meeting that lesson, that Emperor, with this King of Wands energy, knowing, right, in your heart, in your gut, in your soul, that this is not love. But there's a cognitive dissonance here because you're seeing this, remembering this. These are like old memories, this is inner child. Fool is inner child, okay? This is about, you might know this, subconscious understanding, conscious understanding. You might know that this is not love, that this is, or a brand of love, a kind of love that attracts you more than any other because it feels familiar to you. Okay? The helper cards, 8 of Cups is walking away from something that used to work that doesn't work anymore. 6 of Swords is picking up your thoughts about this, also becoming more conscious about this and moving on. Okay, moving on from this kind of love. Now that you're King of Wands, when you're consciously aware of this, you become aware. And that Fool, because the Fool is someone who has no wisdom. Okay, they're a clean slate. And that is what a child is, right? A child is a clean slate. And you were imprinted with this Emperor, with this kind of closed off love, and all this time you've been trying to win it and win it and win it, and now consciously aware, King of Wands, that you can take action to move away from that. How you resolve this lesson, both of these cards, these are the 2 cards of you moving away from it. All right, those are the 2 cards in this deck, of the tarot deck, of moving away from that which is not love. And I feel right now there's this like, oh, but it is love. I want this dominant male energy. I want this. And you might have tried to match it in the past and been this person who gets themselves closed off, who doesn't allow for someone to come in. There's a vulnerability issue here. I'm feeling too vulnerable. I'm feeling, that's the Fool energy. So there's some like, this is a push-pull kind of a thing, like runner-chaser a little bit, but it's more sophisticated in that sometimes you're the runner, they're the chaser. When you subconsciously remember, remember that this is a trap, this is a soul lesson for me to learn, and you do the right thing by saying, you know what, I'm going to choose, King of Wands, I'm going to choose to do what I do, instead of the Fool, which is just jumping toward it unconsciously. Unconscious, subconscious, kind of 2 different things here. You can be unconscious of your subconscious, okay? And most times you are. But unconsciously, now what we're talking about is, hey, I'm hearing this lesson now. I'm here to share this lesson with you right now so you hear it. And now the lesson becomes conscious. And the advice is to move away. Toward new love. Stop going in this cycle. And that love, what is that going to look like? Ace of Cups, it's going to be something brand new. It's going to be something that is real, that is an offer from the universe. When you're learning this lesson, right, being closed off. Okay, so when you're learning this lesson and being closed off, you're going to go in this cycle again and again and again. A lot of people in third-party situations get into this. That's what I'm seeing. Someone who is closed off. And, you know, a lot of times, because I'll show you what I got here. It's like this is the cycle of this person, right? Closed off, and then they offer, and then they become this emperor. King of Pentacles, very similar to the emperor, right? They offer, and then you fall for it, okay? And then there's a battle, right? Then there's this Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Then there's this battle for control. There's a battle for control. So that's what this is. That's what is happening. This new situation, Ace of Cups, it looks very different. It looks very different from this, and you might not recognize it. That's like the Four of Cups energy, which I don't see the Four of Cups here, but I got that in my morning reading about missing an opportunity because you're seeing love as one thing, and the universe is pushing you to move out of this soul lesson and into something that is better for you, or more in keeping with your new vibration. Because if you are in high vibration, if you have moved out of low vibration relationships, but you're still attracting this stuff, now that you're conscious of it, you'd be like, oh, I see you. I see you. I see. This is a rut. This is what's called a rut. I believe that's the technical term for it. So let's get a couple cards from the Gaia card here. Gaia book, Oracle. The Gaia Oracle. Let's get a couple cards here about next steps, moving on. Okay, we're moving on to Ace of Cups. Moving on to Ace of Cups here. Getting out of this. Wow. A hidden gift. Sadness, an ending, a new beginning. Ocean of eternal love. Moonlight goddess. Underneath, achievement. Keep focused on your dream. So you are doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You keep attracting this same soul lesson because you want to, you think that that's the way to resolve it, by winning at it, okay? And the universe is saying to you, no, actually taking action on your own behalf, King of Wands, and moving on from this is the way to move toward a more balanced kind of love relationship, somebody that is more in alignment with your lesson here, with your future, okay? Someone who may have already been through this kind of thing, all right? So a hidden gift here, a hidden gift, that's number 9. Sadness, an ending, a new beginning. The angel featured on this card reflects the sadness that you feel at present or may experience in the coming weeks. Something you cherish has or may come to an end. Well, good. If that cycle's coming to an end, I feel like that's good. It's sort of like silver lining, right? It is human nature to fear change and be saddened when someone we love or are emotionally attached to ends. However, this card is a positive side and reminds you that every ending heralds a new beginning. This is simply a law of nature. Nothing is ever truly lost. The universe is guiding events to unfold in a way that is for your highest good. In fact, my prayer about everything is, if this is in my highest good, bring more of it. If it is not in my highest good, block it, move it away. Okay? based on what I'm manifesting, I want to learn the lessons with the least amount of scarring. So that's what my intention is, like, oh, I see it. And to become objective in your own life is a real skill. Try it someday. Just like pull yourself back from a situation and try to see it objectively. And the best way to do that is to pretend it's happening to someone else that you care about, that you love. And what would be your advice to them? Oh, okay, I see. And don't get all mangled up in the codependency of it, or the, oh, I can't say that to him, or whatever it is. Try to see it objectively and try to give yourself advice, right? That's what your inner parent is doing with your inner child. Your inner child keeps jumping into this soul lesson of someone who's emotionally unavailable or closed off, but you now are strong, King of Wands, and you can move away from this towards something better. Ocean of Eternal Love, this is number 44. Healing, creativity, fertility. I was thinking today, as I move through some lessons too, of like creativity, dancing. What's the way to increase that vibration? I love those videos about increasing vibration, because that really is about snapping to it. It's that fast. You can change your vibration. You don't have to spend a whole day marinating in the feeling of this. You can pull back, be objective about it, love yourself, and go, you know what? That's wonderful that you wanted to love somebody. It's never wrong to love somebody. How they react to it is their thing. But you don't have to get stuck in the soul lesson over and over again. Okay? You don't have to do that. You can see it for what it is and be like, okay. The ocean of eternal love. It is said that love conquers all. This is especially true for you at the moment, when something is resolved and healed through love. What was previously barren now becomes fertile. A seed is planted, and you are the co-creator. You see, when you solve this, I get a lot of spirituals on that one. When you solve this soul lesson, you are saying yes to a balanced love relationship. Okay? The conditions are favorable. The timing is right. A new creation awaits you. The birth of something new brings joy and excitement. The forever changing seasons of eternity turn their invisible wheel, and a new cycle begins. A new image is born. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. The next one is Moonlight Goddess. Repressed emotions, healing, reflection. This is about this absolute soul lesson experience. Okay, once you see it for what it is and understand that you're repetitively doing the same thing over and over again, you now can heal yourself. You can heal yourself now. And what you're saying is the fertility, creativity, destiny, magical blessings. It is about being then thankful. Thank you for that lesson. I never need to see that lesson again. I got it. I got it. And you know what? Here's the thing. The universe is not going to stop bringing lessons to you. The universe may not stop bringing this lesson to you, but your reaction to it, your resonance with it will diminish. The more you see it, the more you're like, oh, I see that. Then it's not even in your conscious awareness anymore. Then it starts to pass away. But when you resonate with it strongly, it becomes big in your face kind of lesson. Okay? It's probably going to keep showing up. But as you continue to be in that strong awareness and like, yeah, change the feeling. If you're feeling that is love, that lesson is love, you've got to shift your mindset, shift your thoughts, right? That's Six of Swords. Shift your thoughts, shift your feelings about what this relationship truly represents. Shift it. Once you shift it, like, oh, that's not love to me. This is what love feels and looks like. If you're always identifying this as love, and you're asking for love, you're going to get more of this. This person who's unavailable to you pushes you back and brings up the unworthiness. It brings up all kinds of stuff. The more you resonate with that as love, like that's your definition. Change the definition and feel into it. Feel into that. This becomes less. This vibration becomes out of sync with you then. You got to change your definition of love, okay? Moonlight Goddess, the moonlight angel depicted on this card, is here to reflect back to you that the repressed emotions you have stored inside you. She is here to heal you through your dreams. But in order for this healing to take place, you must pour out your heart and express how you truly feel. Do this for yourself and for others. Remember that all you repress is not only affects you, it affects those around you. So what this card is saying to me is that the more you kind of like stuff this down, the more you're like, yeah, that's love and I can't have love because that never works. The more you're making it about your capability or your availability to love, you keep reinforcing the idea that that's love. This is not love. Okay, this is not love. Finally, achievement. This is a skill. This is something you need to practice. This is something that you will need to do over time. Shift your definition of love to something that is love. Okay? It's hard because that little girl inside you, that little boy inside you was taught, we're good at it. And when we're kids, you never know what people take in, what kids take in, and what they're taking in as love. Abandonment, lack of attention, or only sporadic attention. Those things that you're told are love, right? From your parents or from whatever. You're told that's love. Now you get to, as a grown-up, you get to redefine that. And when you're working with that inner child, you get to be like, you know what? I know you feel sad about this, but you know, that's really a different kind of thing. It's a lesson that you need to learn. It's a way you felt was love, but it's not really love. This is what love feels like. I'm going to flood you with love. This is what love feels like. Shift your definition, okay? So achievement here. You will soon achieve a goal you have set for yourself. Your hard work and persistence is about to pay off. Know that you deserve all the success that is coming your way. Quietly acknowledge this to yourself as you celebrate your achievements. Thank the earth and universe for this blessing, in the knowledge that all you do is co-creation with the higher powers that be. Then refocus your attention back to the task at hand. Do not lose sight of your original purpose and intention. This is only the beginning. It's going to be bigger and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. This is unsatisfying. What feels satisfying to you? What does that look like? Bring it to life. Journal this. Fantasize about this. Bring this into your awareness. Feel this person. Feel this experience. Not even this person, right? You don't even need to attach it to another person because you can do this for yourself right now. So feel that experience of love and redefine it for yourself. That's the soul lesson today, is about redefining love for yourself and getting out of a rut, a recurring lesson that keeps bringing pain and sadness and disappointment. That will never be love. It's not that you haven't conquered it. It's not that you haven't won their love. It's not on you. Okay? It's not for you to fix this person or to fix the situation. It's not on you. Especially it's not on little kids. Okay? It's not on a little kid to fix that they don't get enough love from their parent. Right? It's not on them. So know this about the situation. You keep pulling people back into your life who don't truly love in the way that you as an empath, you as an enlightened being, you as a higher vibration being are now looking for. This no longer works. It's time to leave it in the past. All right, guys, that's soul lesson for today. I'm going to do more of these readings. If you like this reading, please let me know, because I want to do what is helpful and I want to do what is, of service. So if you like this kind of reading, please let me know in the comments below. Okay. Thanks for watching.